Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5. Weekends beginning January 7th.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Coast to Coast preview, the Pick 5 for this Saturday with Brian Natta and Jeff Siegel to join us in just a bit. I'm Jeremy Plunk from First Bet. Brian, let's take a look at the sequence of races we got for Saturday, 5 across the country. We've got Gulfstream Park race number 9 getting things started at 4:07 on the East Coast. Mile and 16 turf allowance in that one. To Santa Anita we go for a claiming turf sprint. Back to Gulfstream in race number 10 for an important 3-year-old maiden special on the Florida Derby Trail. Santa Anita's race 4 is an optional claimer going 6.5 on the dirt. And we wrap it up in race number 11 at Gulfstream, the grade 3 $125,000 Gulfstream Park turf sprint. Start to finish, just 59 minutes for the Pick 5 sequence. Brian, let's be efficient and give him some picks. What do you like in the first leg?
I've got a couple singles on this Saturday card, JP, and it's my best bet of the day in the first leg. Sendero, the 3-horse, who just had a nightmare trip. And I thought he was moving last time. I thought he had a big chance last time, and then it just all went wrong. You draw a line through that race. But, you know, you look at his prior stakes races. They were strong efforts. He was pace compromised in the pulpit here behind his stablemate, Airy Gold, who just forgot to stop that day and loped along early. There's a lot of speed in this race. There's a couple stretch-out sprinters. He's well-drawn. Just give me a clear run, and I'll take my chances with the 3 Sendero.
I know race 10 at Gulfstream, where we go next, is your spread leg. So who might you be using?
Yeah, it looks like that. And I'm glad you mentioned the Florida Derby kind of race. And, you know, it's still time maybe even to make the Fountain Youth, but the Derby's probably a little more likely. I land on the 5 Union Trail for the Sakatoga boys and for Barclay Tag. They've had a lot of success with New York breds. You think Funny Sign, you think Tis the Law, and Constitutions as well. Tis the Law, son of Constitution. The fact that this horse, New York bred, is here is interesting as well. They've got a bullet showing. I like this one to pop a little bit, maybe a price. Certainly Arthur's Ride is the horse to beat on the comeback for Bill Mott, adding Lasix. Bill is just, everything is so live. Case ran well as a steam horse on debut for Jonathan Thomas. Dream Lake's got a nice pedigree, and they paid a bunch of money for Pletcher. And then last but certainly not least, Justice Department for Chad Brown, a gun runner, and we know how good they have been. Spreading, we'll throw a blanket on it. Let's hope it lands on the 5 Union Trail.
This looks like an important race in the 3-year-old division moving forward. Gulfstream race number 11, the turf sprint, $125,000 feature. How are we wrapping up the Pick 5?
I'm not going to tell you to bet Belgrano at 8-5 or 9-5, but I'm going to single him here. I didn't go to the wedding at 11 or 12-1 last time, so hopefully I'm not going to the funeral. He had a trip last time too, JP, and he still ran them all down. There's plenty of speed here. I'm really against horses like Karatari and Yes, I'm Free. The former had a dream trip last time. He was flat. The latter had to run so hard, winning his comeback at a dead on the board, shockingly 7-8-1 that day. I got to fade both of those. It's another reason why I think Belgrano's the one right back.
Maybe you missed the wedding, but you've had a prenup, so you're set to get paid here in the end. Let's go to Jeff Siegel now for his picks at Santa Anita. Players, be sure to take advantage of that $10 free bet when you opt into the promo. Bet the Coast to Coast Pick 5 with First Bet and Express Bet. Jeff Siegel on the West Coast. We've got 2 races for you to look at. First up, Santa Anita, race number 3, claiming turf sprinters. Who's on the ticket?
I'm going to use 2 here, Jetovator and the Southern Horse. What I like about these 2 horses that they are proven over the turf course here at Santa Anita. Jetovator hasn't been out since October. He's now 7 years old. He's running in for 50 for the first time. I think that's a legitimate class drop. He's a fast horse. He's won 4 races in his life, all 4 over the Santa Anita turf course. So this is where he belongs. And I think off the bench with the work pattern that looks pretty healthy, I think he's going to be tough to catch. Southern Horse is a late running sprinter now in Phil D'Amato's barn. He's been out for a while, but he can fire fresh. He's training well. He's the late threat. I got the best speed. I've got the best closer. Hopefully they run 1-2 or 2-1 or whatever the case may be. But I think those are the 2 you have to use in the 3rd race at Santa Anita.
We're going too deep. I love to use divergent running styles like that. Let's turn the page to race number 4 at Santa Anita, to the main track for a sprint here.
This is a tough race. I got to go 3 deep here. You've got 2 horses that just finished 1-2 in a similar race. Number 6, Crowning Gold, who got beat a neck. Actually 2-3, and then Army Star is a horse that was third in that same race. Both have reasons to improve. Crowning Gold, blinkers off. I like that. Army Star, Lasix on. The other horse to look at is number 2, Crypto Ride, who's coming out of a series of Calbred Stakes. He's got that route to sprint angle that I like. He'll be sitting off the pace and blasting home. I can see a scenario when any one of these three could win. I'm going to not split hairs. I'm going to use all three. Number 6, Crowning Gold on top. Number 5, Army Star second. And then number 2, Crypto Ride, got to be in there as well. So 3 horses to use, 6, 5, and 2 in that order on my ticket in the 4th race on Saturday.
Let's review the overall ticket from Brian and Jeff for Saturday's Coast to Coast Pick 5. Be sure to check out the scratches and changes at the official track websites for Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park. Good luck on Saturday.